have the ability to come back, and they've done it. And one of the big reasons they've done it here today is Lauren Mincy with a spectacular sophomore performance for Mincy, offensively, defensively, hitting the threes, spotting up, making big shots, making the passes when they need them, blocking shots. She's just played with a poise and a confidence that's beyond her sophomore year. I mean, she's just been terrific here all afternoon.
She is playing, however, right now with 4 fouls, the double-double, 17 points and 10 rebounds. Let's see what A&M does out of the timeout. Here's Sydney Carter. Tyler White, the other senior, and one of the other seniors on the floor, along with Alanu. Tried to get it inside to Alanu, tipped away, and Alyssa Thomas comes up with it. Good pass to Mincy, who finishes. And Maryland takes a 3-point lead. That 3-point lead, by the way, their largest of the game. And Alyssa Thomas's dad on the left, that's Bobby. Little brother, Devin, on the right.
Alyssa Thomas is so good, and again, I think she does this as well as any woman. I can't compare her to another woman. Just the strength going down the floor. We saw her in the first half step around and finish that shot. Perfect drop pass.
The men's basketball team calls her Baby Bron. They think she plays like LeBron James. Later today, the NCAA Women's Championship Series championship continues at Kingston. 4:30 Eastern, it's Penn State against UConn, followed at 6:30 Eastern, Gonzaga, the 11 seed taking on number 2 Kentucky. ESPN, the exclusive home of the NCAA Women's Championship, both those games on ESPN2.
In the last few minutes here in this game, what did we see in the game last night between Duke and St. John's? Duke switched to a matchup zone. St. John's, then from that point on, difficulty scoring. That's been the situation here the last few minutes since Maryland has gone to that zone. A&M has had difficulty getting good shots.
17-4 run for Maryland. Standish left that one short. Mincy got the rebound. And now Maryland can afford to take some time off the clock as we're about to hit 1 minute to go in the game.
Double high again, double high screen.
Mosley found a little bit of room. Off the mark, rebound, Mincy. Lauren Mincy to Thomas, who buries it.
Lauren Mincy with the rebound, but that ball was kept alive by Lynetta Kizer, getting her hand on it just enough to keep it alive for Mincy to grab it.
So Maryland, who trailed for the vast majority of this basketball game, is now up 5. A&M has just 1 field goal in the last 7 minutes and 11 seconds. That's that zone you were talking about.
It's been about Maryland's defense, and there are times in the season, there are times in this game where Maryland's defense is less than outstanding. But I think since they switched to that zone, it's made all the difference.
Notre Dame and St. Bonaventure coming up at the bottom of the hour on ESPN2. The winner of that game will play the winner of this game Tuesday at 9 Eastern on ESPN, when we will fill, or 2 of those teams will fill, the final slot for the Final Four in Denver. But the Maryland Terrapins have had to come back from substantial deficits in this game. They've had some of their key players in foul trouble, down a dozen in the second half, but boy, switching the defense seemed to make a lot of difference.
It's their formula. I don't know why, but it's Maryland's formula. I mean, they've been in so many games this year where they've built or dug themselves that kind of a hole, but their ability to come back from it, and it's always going to start on the defensive end. You have to get stops. When you've got yourself a deficit, you have to get stops. They switched into that zone defense, and Texas A&M could no longer get the rhythm to get the shots that they wanted.
And there is Tyler Thomas, one of the twins of Brenda Freeze, along with Marcus Tyler, the little guy who was diagnosed with leukemia back in September of 2010, continuing to get treatments at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore. And there's a Team Tyler Foundation that they have founded to help with research. And A&M has just gone stone cold in this ball game. They played their hearts out to go up by 18 in the first half. These are the defending champions. And Tyra White Sydney Carter, who we talked to yesterday, said they were not going to go down quietly, but they're certainly going to go down in this game after leading for most of it.
Yeah, they just got to...
Bone coming away with the steal. She throws up the three. Rebound to Maryland. And the Terrapins, who were down by 3 at the half, down by many as a dozen in the second half, survived to play either Notre Dame or St. Bonaventure. Lauren Mincy was terrific. Today's Capital One player of the game is
Lauren Mincy.
21 points, 12 rebounds, and just terrific minutes replacing Barrett at the point in the second half.
And block shots, she was outstanding. The energy she brought on both ends of the floor made a difference for the Maryland team.
They end the game on a 21-4 run. Gary Blair said that he loved the senior class. He said there was no drama with them, the hardest working class he's ever had. They were juniors when they won the national championship last year. Sydney Carter, Tyra White, Adora Alanu, Kelsey Asarian, Skylar Collins, all of them going out with championship rings. Heartbroken today as they fall to a very good Maryland team. Let's go over to Allison Williams.
Thank you very much. Here with the player of the game, Lauren Mincy. Lauren, you guys trailed by as many as 18 in the first half, 12 in the second half. How did you fight this one out?
Oh, we just kept pushing in transition, get after it on the boards.
A big night for you tonight, 21 points. Can you just describe how you were seeing things from the floor?
I was just attacking, and my teammates were just finding me in good spots.
Late in the game, you guys found a way to finally regain the lead with just 4 minutes left. What did you feel like was the turning point then?
I think the turning point was us coming out in the second half, crashing the boards hard, getting back in transition. We changed it to 2 in the second half, and that it was effective for us.
Lauren, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Coach Freeze, your motto this year for the team has been fight to the finish. Have you ever seen this kind of fight to the finish from them?
You know, I'm so proud of this team all season long. We've been through so many games like this. You know, it wasn't pretty, but we found a way to be able to win. And you see the chemistry that this team has this season for each other.
What difference did it make for your defense switching to the zone later in the game?
You know, I thought the zone gave them problems. You know, they were hurting us obviously off a dribble penetration. We were able to lock down with 4 guards and made a big difference.
How did you keep your team's belief throughout the game despite the rather large deficits they faced at times?
Well, we've been in these situations before. We've been down 20 with Georgia Tech through our conference play, and we've been able to come back and win. And this team, you can't coach the amount of heart that we have in this locker room.
It seems no matter the game, someone different finds a way to step up. Can you describe how Lauren Mincy did that today?
Lauren Mincy was special today. I mean, she stepped up, and all tournament long, she, you know, players make plays, and she's been tremendous.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely tremendous with the double-double. Lauren Mincy doing a lot of great things on the floor for Maryland.
Oh, Lauren Mincy was just absolutely terrific. I mean, it started with her three-point shot. You know she can make that, but she made good decisions as well. Knew when to take the shot. She made passes into her teammates. I was tremendously impressed with what she was able to do defensively as well. A couple block shots on Sydney Carter when Carter went in the lane. I mean, the little guy in there among the bigs and still able to finish. And terrific drop pass from Alyssa Thomas. What a great duo of sophomores for the Maryland team.
So Alyssa Thomas finishes with 21, as does Lauren Mincy. They await the winner of St. Bonaventure and Notre Dame coming up at the bottom of the hour on ESPN2. Another key, A&M 0 for 9 in the second half from 3 after going 5 for 7 in the first half. And a fond farewell to, boy, Sydney Carter. What a great career for a great kid.
And you expect her to be emotional because she wore herself out physically. I mean, she was absolutely terrific her entire career. That's the way she plays, and a big key to their national championship last year.
13 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds for Sydney Carter. And again, join us at the bottom of the hour. Top seed Notre Dame.